It's almost the end of 2023, and there's one question in everybody's mind. When will houses in Phoenix, Arizona be affordable again? Is the housing market going to crash? Are we going to get better? And do we really need another real estate agent giving us a housing market video on YouTube? The answers to your question are in today's video. So if you're looking for not just education, but learn how to actually analyze your own data so you can come up with your own conclusion, you're in the right video. Let's get to it. So first and foremost, let's see how it would look like if you were to just simply go on the MLS and get a good idea of what's going on. So we can see here there's currently about 12,559 houses for sale right now. And if we're comparing it to previous numbers, it's looking like it's starting to poke up, because really the big thing that we're keeping an eye on is inventory levels. We see here in 2022, when we saw that massive price decrease, right? Because for people looking for the housing market to crash or to at least reduce in prices so it gets more affordable, this is what created that price drop, right? So the good news is that inventory is starting to poke up. And if we compare the sale numbers, we can see our sale numbers are pretty much identical to 2022. So really the main difference here between where we were last year, where we were massively decreasing prices, where we are this year is our inventory levels. If our inventory levels were to only go up just slightly, we're talking like, well, not slightly, I would say like 3,000 or 4,000 houses, we would be seeing that rapid decrease in value as we are now. But we're not seeing that. So what are we seeing instead? Because that inventory is not poking up, it's not going up where it needs to, demand has been sustaining our prices to stay pretty flat. Now, of course, every city is different. Let me just zoom in here so you can get a good idea. Every city is different here. And we can see here, this is just general, all of the cities, but we can see here that from that price drop, from the prices increase from, December 2023 to about June 2023, and we are seeing now that price decrease. And a lot of people were like, oh gosh, for sure the market was going to crash. But really, if you look at like a historic number, you can see here, this is pretty common. Like for you, every year house prices went up. The peak was around the summertime, and then it goes down around the winter time. And that same thing happened every single year. Some years are a little bigger than others, but it always continued that. So really, if you look at this curve versus all these other curves, it's still happening. Yes, it's still a little weird because of the property values, being a little inflated because of what's going on, but it's following a very similar trajectory. So for those who are data nerds and we know what's going on, we knew that the decrease is coming, right? So now what we're really going to keep an eye on is if it's going to continue to go downward or upward, because we can see here, if it was going to continue that same trajectory, it should keep going down, but for some reason from August to September, there is no signs of making it stop. Surprisingly, interest rates are still remaining very high. If you look over the last month, they're pretty much flat. There's been days it goes up, days it goes down, but they're maintaining pretty strongly 7.1, 7.4, FHA about 6.978. So we're at a point now where there's a lot of people on the sidelines and they're just waiting for rates to drop, because right now, as most people that are watching this video know, houses are pretty unaffordable right now. And it's a combination of the price, yes, but really it's that interest rate. We're seeing an average monthly payment right now between $3,000 around there, right? So that's like the mid-range now. If interest rates were to drop to like 4 or 5%, automatically that would go to the under 2,000 to like low 2,000s. And that's going to be a huge relief for a lot of people, and that's going to bring a lot of people out. But what we've seen, unfortunately, with sales is we're still seeing people continue to purchase at a same rate, and that is not slowing down. So the reality is, as much as it sucks to buy right now, as much as interest rates suck right now, there's still enough people that are buying to sustain prices at a pretty flat level. You've been seeing in the national news media about how the market may be adjusting or there's massive price reductions, and that's simply not the case right now. We are seeing houses where prices do drop, but then we're seeing other houses that are selling at list price, or even in some cases sell above list price. And it's all kind of balancing itself out, so that way it's kind of maintaining flatly. Now we can go over some general cities real quick just to kind of get an idea, because no city is the same when you're looking at data, which, by the way, if you're interested in me doing a personal analysis of the market, not only just the general market, but the market you're looking in, let's say you're looking for like a 3-bedroom under 450 in Avondale, and you want a specific idea of what's going on in that market, just go to my website, arizonahomegoals.com, create an account, or just text me on like the cell phone and let's make an appointment, a consultation together, and we can get the ball rolling. But anyways, let's do a quick synopsis of what's going on with different cities. So Avondale monthly price ranges looks like they are actually decreasing. They saw let me go back to like 2020. So obviously the big increase, then the big drop, then here, and it looked like it is following the normal projection of end of the year price dropping. Buckeye, similar, but it's staying a little bit flat towards the end. Chandler, up, down, but it looks like this spike, if you make it kind of find the median here, it's steadily going up. So Chandler, someone hasn't really gotten the notice with it, prices dropping. They're continually striving upward right now, unfortunately, even with rates. So when those rates start dropping, this is only expected to go even higher. For Gilbert, it does look like it is flattening. It looks like there is no increase or anything, but technically, if it's flat, doesn't necessarily mean it's good news if it's flat, because remember, towards the end of the year, we're supposed to be going down. So if it's going flat, it's technically performing above and where it needs to be, which is good for people who bought there, not good for people who are planning on buying there anytime soon. For Glendale, we have a similar thing, up, down, but it looks like it's steadily going up. Goodyear looks like it went down, but it's maintaining pretty flat line here. Nothing no massive reductions. And we're gonna add Litchfield Park there since it's so close. Litchfield Park does add a little more life into it, where it's steadily going up a little higher. As you can see, Litchfield Park by itself is pretty crazy. Like there was a month literally that it went higher than crazy. Litchfield Park is kind of weird. It's too small to really look at that data well. Mesa's not doing a good job sustaining its value. It looks like there's a massive decrease. So obviously there's different zip codes in Mesa, so it depends. I know, like, me personally, Eastern Mesa tends to maintain its value, like meaning more over here and like around this area here. Obviously when you do actually research, and Mesa is such a massive city, I would probably just look it up by zip code if you're looking in a city like Mesa. Peoria, kind of it's not very big of a city, but kind of weird. We're gonna have to need more data to really determine what's going on there. Phoenix, as just a specific city of Phoenix, not everything, looks like doing a pretty good job maintaining its value. Scottsdale, who knows what's going on? Million, come on. Average price, sales price is kind of hard to determine in Scottsdale because there's such a massive price differentiate there. So yeah, kind of hard to determine there what's going on. Surprise, doing a great job maintaining its value as well. It's kind of staying flat. Remember, flat is good towards the end. Probably only a few times in life where flat's okay. That's a terrible joke. I'm so sorry. That was really... I have a flat butt, okay? If it makes you feel better, I'll shame myself. Anyways, let's get back on task. Tolleson looks like decreasing value within the last month, but obviously kind of too sharp of a drop for my taste. We'll have to see what happens as time progresses. And last but not least, let's just pick out Waddell there. Maintaining value okay, actually increasing there. So that's a quick, just rapid fire of what's going on with all the specific cities. So listen, there's a lot of nonsense going around. There's realtors telling you it's perfect time to buy. There's realtors telling you, or people telling you that it's going to crash. Right now, things are volatile, and I think interest rates being really high are making the squeeze really difficult to handle when it comes to owning a home. But at the end of the day, there are affordable options for you, right? Buy with your monthly payment in mind. Don't just go get yourself your dream house right away. Now is the time to settle for something that maybe isn't going to be amazing, but can eventually be a great investment opportunity. Meaning, if you're qualified up to $500K, don't go buy that $500K house. Maybe go look for something $350, $400. And the goal right now should be to buy as low as possible. If you buy yourself something below market value, perfect. Do that. And now you might get beat out a few times, right? But listen, you have to make sure to do a really good job of negotiating below. Like I had a client who recently got an offer denied because we went under, and the offer got denied and they were so upset, but that's part of the process. Like we're not here to try to justify values. We're here to try to save as much money as possible, buy as cheaply as possible, so that way you're going to get put in an excellent position when it comes time to refinance or equity. As you can see, a lot of cities are still maintaining value, if not increasing that value. So stay strong. Arizonians, we got this. So once again, all the links to contact me are below. My website, my phone number, text me, call me, do what you got to do. Appreciate you guys' time. Let me know what video you want to see from me next, and let me know when you're ready to do that consultation. Thank you guys. Have a good one.